Hey folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we had an encounter here at the... what's it called? The Waning Moon, the tavern, where we tricked, I guess, or drank Thistlebauld Thorm under the table, and he literally exploded from overconsumption. Made our way back into his little kind of like den, located his poison recipes, and we're searching for something, a ledger, indicating the guilt or crimes of a murderess northeast of here. A strange pale elf with an albino raven companion asked us to find it. So we were kind of looking around trying to find it, and I noticed, as I was finishing up last episode after we ended recording, these loose planks and this rat bat that we missed, and I guess this shadow root sack as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here at what this item is. This is a +1 Great Club. Ratcatcher. Attack rolls against beast have advantage. So basically just a +1 weapon. We're not fighting a whole ton of beasts. And we have advantage from other sources as well. So this is nice enough, but we'll just sell it, I think. And then we'll check these loose planks. And I think, yes, here's Madeleine's ledger. This book is redolent with the enticing smell of paper and ink. The words, "For the attention of Dark Justiciar Natasha," are written across the top of every page. This is an excerpt from the last page. Morning, day 15. Sismon Noack said Ketherick wouldn't hold on to Moonrise Towers for long at this rate. Evening, day 18. Imani Atakni claimed it was unfair that the Thorms had the cushiest jobs. Night, day 22. Mark Jacobs, Benjamin Blanchett, made jokes about the Thorms, especially Lord Ketherick, said he was a misery guts, a weeping nutsack, and discussed exactly how his wife would have liked it. I know what Mark and Ben said was just plain awful, Lady Natasha, but they're some of my best friends, and I've never heard such talk out of them. They were upset over their wages being cut, and were the drunkest I'd ever seen by midnight. I know it looks bad, but hand over heart, you've never met two gents more devoted to Our Lady. I swear it. A different, more elegant script appears beneath it. Our Lady of Loss would be proud of you, Madeleine. Do not worry about Mark and Benjamin. Myself and your two gents are simply going to have a little chat. I promise. Alright. So there's the kind of, I guess she was a snitch. She was like watching people at night or at the bar when they were drinking and reporting on them to the Thorm family. And that got a bunch of people killed. So I guess that's what he meant by calling her a murderess. It's not quite the same as if she'd poisoned them or slit their throats herself. Not quite sure how Tava feels about this, but we'll go and confront the Pale Elf and see what he has to say. And after that, we're gonna go pick up... Actually, I think we'll do this first. We'll go pick up the Brewer's Alchemical Stash, just to take a quick jaunt over here. And then back up the road.
Best be on my way.
And then I guess we're coming over here somewhere. And looking for that hidden stash. Looks like it's in this location. Ah, here we go. There's a dirt mound here that wasn't there before. Let's dig it up. There should be corpse rose petals, I believe. Okay, Swarming Toadstool, Wyvern Stinger, Frost Salamander Tongue, Cloud Giant Finger, and 4 Corpse Rose, as well as a record of shipment. T. Sending you the requested ingredients as per your letter, including the purple worm glands. I'm eager to see the result of your experiments. Please, send me some samples when it's completed. I have a few clients who would be very interested in the toxic fruits of your labors. Okay, well, we're going to be able to make some cool poison, it seems. I guess I should have Gale make it so we can potentially get double and then give it to Astarion next time we're in camp. I need to be using his poisons more. He's got like 40 of them, so we should be using them as much as possible. With that taken care of, the next thing we need to do is get up in this area. No, where was the... No, wait a minute. Was it over here? Where was the guy with the albino raven? I think he was maybe over here-ish. But it's not quite on the map. Oh, punish the wicked, over here. Okay. So what's the fastest way to get there? It looks like traveling to the last light and then making our way across is the way to do it. So let's do that. So from here, we want to go pretty much due east. We need to go northeast and then south for a ways. Yeah, okay. Bit of a trek to get there, but that's okay. We can make the journey. Not everything can be easy, right? So one thing I'm considering is at some point we need to, after this, we're going to go back up here to this, where did it go? Back up here to look for the relic, I guess, and kill the Orthon, or I think we want to talk to the Orthon. So I'm debating whether or not to take a long rest, mainly because of Tava. She's out of spell slots, so she doesn't have any divine smites. But I think maybe we'll hold off on that because we're pretty dang strong. Maybe we'll go in and investigate. I have a feeling there's going to be like a long dungeon in there with multiple fights, so maybe we'll do a couple, you know, of whatever's leading up to the big finale first, and then see about possibly taking a long rest before we deal with the Orthon or whatever else is down there. Am I going the right way here? Yes. Okay. Yes, here we go. This guy's over here. All right, so let's talk to him. I mean, she was a snitch. She told tales on people, but I don't know if that's sufficient to call her a murderer.
Until we've dealt with Madeleine.
Let's see how this goes.
We've found a companion.
Companion!
Be at ease. None could ever replace you. The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger.
Explain to me again what you need it for.
To punish a murderer. If that is not enough, leave. I have no time for those lacking commitment.
How do you know I have the ledger?
The Raven always knows.
Well, I believe when we first talked to him, he mentioned something about a tribunal, so perhaps she'll have the ability to defend herself, and maybe we can weigh in. I'm curious about this, and she did get people killed, even if she didn't murder them herself. So let's see where he goes with this. Let's hand it over.
We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeleine reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeleine's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer.
I think this is fair. If we're to be the judge, if punishment is needed, my hand will not shy from the blade. But we will be the judge. We will decide.
The Raven was right. We were fated to meet. Break her, my friend. Most thoroughly. Witness.
He said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Tell me what happened.
said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised!
If it was just drunk complaining, why did you report them in the first place?
The Dark Justicia said to report everything, big or small. She ain't the type you say no to. She gave him a dagger each and told them to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3, to start stabbing and not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
Okay, this is tough. So, essentially, her crime is not murder, but cowardice. She didn't defend her friend, she didn't hide the truth when it would have been easy to do so, out of a fear that it might come back to bite her. You heard what she said, she's not someone you say no to, but the truth is, like, you were doing a service for her, you were reporting on everything and everyone. You could have, like, omitted 1 or 2 folks. I think this is the truth. It's not that it wasn't her fault, and I don't know if you can really... You know what? That's not true. I think she must have known, some part of her must have known what would happen when she reported on her friends. She must have known, right? This lady was not someone who took that sort of thing lightly. She must have known what happened to everybody else she reported on. So there came a moment when she thought to herself, either I failed to report this and risk getting killed myself because this woman is ruthless and a little bit crazy, or I report them. And to soothe my own conscience, I'll beg and plead and whine and ask that she be lenient on them, but I know what's really going to happen. Doesn't matter what I ask for. She'll kill them. So it's them or me. And so, in a sense, really, she did murder them. She caused them to die knowing it would happen because she was too scared to risk the same fate herself. And we are an Oath of Vengeance paladin. I don't know who this guy is, he who was, but I think her oath requires her to be cold and clear about what happened here. And I think she sees the truth past the protestations, past the regret, that in the moment, Madeleine knew what would happen and took the coward's path. Okay, apparently this is a persuasion check. Okay, there's a success.
You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
Ah, glorious. Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done.
She was punished. That's all that matters.
If you are satisfied, then so am I. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime. I will treasure it. Here, for your services, should I find another murderer in need of torment, I shall call upon you. Farewell.
I'd say bye, but you'll be dead soon.
Okay, we gained inspiration there for, I believe, Shadowheart. A reward. We gave the ledger to Hugh who was, and punished the killer for her crimes he was pleased. You receive 27 gold, alright, and Raven Gloves. Summon, quoth the Raven. There's an Edgar Allan Poe reference. Dark and suitably moody, These gloves are perfect for wearing while thinking about poetry. Yeah, interesting. We can summon Quoth the Raven, and I'm not quite sure what Quoth does. Summon a Raven Familiar that can blind enemies with its beak. When a hostile creature kills the Raven Familiar, they must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or become ensnared. Very interesting. He's got 1 hit point, 10 AC, a movement speed of 9 meters. Who could... that's interesting. Who could potentially wear that? I think we want the Icarus gloves. I like the idea that we're going to be inflicting noxious fumes upon everybody Tava hits. We're definitely not giving up the Hraknir bracers. Nor are we giving up the gloves of dexterity, nor the wondrous gloves. That 1 AC is too valuable. So those are really interesting. Perhaps Will might wear them. Might be fun for him to have a familiar. Gale already has one. But yeah, that's really cool. It's tempting. Blind enemies, and they could get ensnared. Blinding enemies is strong. Which I guess is what makes these rare. Yeah, if you can blind an enemy and give them disadvantage on attacks, that is strong. I wonder if that's stronger than the noxious fumes. 1 to 4 acid damage. You know what? Maybe I might wear these on Tava, actually. I'm gonna hold on to these for a minute. We'll try this out in combat and see how it works, but I might like the idea of her summoning that raven. Anyway, let me go ahead and send some of this stuff to camp. Lighten her burden. And then... alchemy ingredients, we have a few here as well. There we go. Okay. Yeah, those are interesting. We'll try the Icarus gloves out, but I might switch over and have Quoth come hang out. I don't know how it works. Does it cost a spell slot? I still don't understand how items work at all in this game. Like, I'm 85 episodes in, 89 episodes, whatever. I don't even know what episode this is. 87? We're like multiple hours. Like, if I go to save here, we can see, yeah, 78 hours in, I still don't understand things about, like, how basic items work. Now that he's gone, however, we do have the ability to loot her corpse. So I think I will. What did she have? Ithbank, Ismir Red, and some gold. You know what? I'll just leave it there. I won't steal it. Who knows if he's watching from the shadows or whatever. That was an interesting quest. I guess we'll see him again. He definitely seemed a little bit perverse in how much he enjoyed her torment. But she did murder them. She did deserve to acknowledge that fact. And if he took some weird pleasure from that, I guess there's nothing inherently evil about that. It's just a little bit odd. Okay, well that's taken care of, which means now we're off to see the Orthon of Oz, or whatever. So we're trying to get over here. Looks like the closest place we can get is Rythwin Town, which sucks because there's a huge amount of work we have to do to get there. From here, actually, it looks like maybe the road to Baldur's Gate's a little bit closer. All right, time for another trek. Let's see. We want to come like up here-ish and then move that way, I think. Right? Yeah. And then up around the corner. And we're going to head in here and see what this is all about. It looks like there's 2 things we have to do here. I think you guys already knew that. A lot of you, I think, have already played the game and are just watching playthroughs because you loved it so much you want to see how I do. Let me know in the comments below. What did you do with He Who Was? Did you complete the quest? Did you choose to make her stab herself, or did you forgive her? Did you fight He Who Was? I'm very curious how you guys handled that one, because it's an interesting one. Let's see, where are we going? We're trying to get there. Okay, looks good, looks good. Now, Raphael warned us that this Orthon is extremely strong, but I think, like I said, I think there's going to be a bit of work to do to get to it. So let's head into the mausoleum and find out what lies beneath. We all received the condition glutted catacombs. What is that? This area is filled with the bones of the dead. The spell Animate Dead Skeleton does not require skeleton to raise the dead in this area. I mean, okay, fine. I think that's more likely to be used against us than for us, but, sure. So this is the Rythwin Graveyard, and I think this is the mausoleum of the Thorm family. So we know that, the brewer told us that her cage was down here somewhere. I don't know who her would be, but it's some kind of secret to Ketheric's invulnerability. So, we have a quest to... Where is it? There was something about... Find Ketheric's secret. I don't know. I thought there was a quest for it, but there was something about, like, whatever's down here, there's some lady in a cage somewhere that has something to do with Thorm's invulnerability. So we definitely want to find that. Taking a look around, it does look like a fairly large area, so maybe we don't meet the Orthon right away? I'm not seeing enemies right off the bat, but let's sneak up anyway, just in case.
Ni, Zerel, Minthara, whoever you are, leave. I shall carry out General Thorm's will alone.
Interesting. There's a talking skull, the Herald of Balthazar.
Seems simple enough.
Not wanted, not needed. Leave. This place is not for you. Go no farther.
All right, well, she saw us even though we were hiding.
The work must not be interrupted. Away!
If she decides to attack us, maybe she summons a crap ton of skeletons. That glutted catacombs thing, maybe she uses that against us. Either way, we've got some work to do here. Ooh, Diary of Ketheric Thorm. Let's check the plaque first.
Here lies Melodia Thorm, beloved wife and mother. E Amiel Telere Manon here.
Okay. We can't interact with the sarcophagus, but we can check this. We can check this book, Diary of Ketheric Thorm, Volume 1. A journal spanning years, beginning with the birth of a child and ending with what appear to be a series of dateless tragedies. How can she be gone? Where did she go? The Moon Maiden cannot be so unfeeling, so cruel. Not toward her most devoted servant, not after Melodia. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I won't survive it. That much I know. Forgetting is the only possibility. The embrace of oblivion, the reprieve of nothingness. It would not be possible for a man to survive knowing what he knows. Knowing what can be lost. Shah understands that. Hers is the only mercy I can comprehend. My mind is full of holes, yet not enough. The emptiness, the time, the nothingness. And still I remember it all. There is no mercy in this beating heart. There is no mercy in life at all. Okay, so it seems like he lost maybe his daughter and his wife? Was this Melodia?
Here lies Melodia Thorm, beloved wife.
Oh, okay, that was the wife.
E Amiel Telere Manon here.
Okay. Iron Thurible. What do we have over here? Crate, vase, nothing.
Interesting sigil. Not that I know or care who it belongs to.
Everybody failed their religion check. We have a bone sculpture here.
Catherick Thorm's forebears. He defiled their remains to make this effigy. But to what end?
Good question. Some sort of death god, perhaps? Maybe he was trying to raise them? Let's check this pile of books, see what we've got over here. Nothing. Okay. There's volume 3. I think I'd like to read these in order. What do we have here? Scroll of Detect Thoughts, that's for Tava. Scroll of Fly, very nice. Take that for Tava as well. I would like to find volume 2. So maybe we're on the wrong side of the crypt here. Oh, there was this pouch as well, wasn't there? Nothing in there. Okay. So what have we got over here? Alright, there's volume 2. Piles of skulls over here. Nothing in them. Lots of empty vases again. Alright.
Bones everywhere. Someone's been engaging in dark rituals here.
Let's turn this candle out. Yeah, there's another bone sculpture.
Catherick Thorm's forebears. He defiled their remains to make this effigy. But to what end?
Yeah, nothing really of value, just mystery. What was he up to? Let's read the diary of volume 2 here. Forgetting evades me in this infinite darkness. Balthazar is my own source of the barest comfort, the thought that perhaps she might be brought back to me. If oblivion can fail, what defense have we against death? None except its mastery. Balthazar's words have never felt more promising. I wonder if Balthazar is the Orthon. I wonder if this is Raphael's nemesis. He certainly got another angelic name, so perhaps it's another archdevil who is like luring him, tempting him with the promise that he could bring his wife back from the dead, that he could be with her again. Maybe that's what all these bone sculptures are about. I mean, sure, a bit of incense is fine. There's not much here, aside from empty vases, skeletal bones, and that's worth picking up. Yeah. The rated dead, that seems to be all that's available here. There's one more thing, there's a backpack back here, let's check that. Okay, here we go. Scroll of mage armor we can sell, and then a couple of alchemy ingredients we can pick up. Okay. Let's head over to the east side. The layout here is north, south, east, west, so, alright. Now we can check out volume 3 over here. He's doing like tons and tons of research. He's doing his best to see if he can figure out a way to bring her back, I think. All the while this Balthazar, whoever he is whispering in his ear, it seems. Like making him promises, offering comfort. Trying to seduce him. Alright, here comes Diary 3. Melodia would understand if she knew my aim. She too, I believe, would have turned to Merkul under such conditions as these. Our darling will live again. What kind of man would it be if I didn't raise the entire world for her sake? Yeah, so Melodia died, and then I think his daughter must have died as well. Merkul is one of the 3 gods of death. I can't remember exactly which one. I think Baal is murder. I can't remember which one Merkul is, but he's definitely trafficking with dark gods, and then this Balthazar character, so I think we're getting like a picture of what drove him to turn from Selûne and embrace Shar, and then when that failed, he went to someone even darker, right? And that's probably where the curse came from. 11 will do the trick. Inside the traveler's chest, we have potion of invisibility. Very nice. Some alchemy ingredients. And a cloak, a vivacious cloak. You gain 8 temporary hit points after casting a spell while in melee. Okay, who's got what cloaks on right now? She's got a cloak of protection. Whenever a creature deals melee damage to the wearer, that creature takes 1 to 4 acid damage. Casting a spell in melee, I guess the most likely one to do that is Tava. So we could trade this cloak of protection to somebody else, but I do like having 22 AC on her. It's just fantastic. Yeah. She doesn't need the temporary hit points. Actually, everybody has a source of temporary hit points except Astarion. Even though he's unlikely to do this, he doesn't have anything better to wear, so for now, let's give that to him. Okay. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to bring back his daughter, and he's researching he's researching gods of death, dealing with devils. A small note is squeezed onto the margins of a tome detailing necromantic rites. General Thorm's orders were clear. In order to find what lies beyond this mausoleum, one must walk in his own footsteps, deed by deed. From splendor to tragedy to infamy, as he put it. B. Okay, to me that suggests that we're on the right trail. Reading these diaries of his in the right order. If there's something else we need to do at each of these sort of stations of the diary, I'm not sure what it is. But so far, we do have 1, 2, and then 3 in terms of the diaries. If we're following in his footsteps that way, we've done the correct order so far. But there might be something else we need to do at each of those locations. I'm not sure. We got a temple map. A hand-drawn map shows the Gauntlet of Shar. Its labyrinthian tangle of chambers and passageways stretch across multiple levels, with a vast statue of Shar dominating the central hall. Here and there are asides written in a jagged, spidery hand. Balthazar's exploratory notes. Intact wing, proving grounds. Ruined wing, something present there, strange sounds reported. Rats. Why so many damnable rats? Okay, so Balthazar, or B, was not, in fact, it seems, an archdevil. He seems to have been like a major domo or a consigliere or a lieutenant or something. A trusted aide to Ketheric Thorm.
Looks like there's a temple under this place. And something deadly sealed inside it.
Yeah, that would be the Orthon, probably. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me actually... I think I'm gonna pick these up.
Wish I had a
We're gonna take them with us. In case there's clues or hints in here. That we need to do something in order. I'm just gonna bring them with me. And hopefully we find some more. Yeah, skull drawn in blood there. Should realistically have turned a rusty brown instead of being bright red, but, you know. They're going for artwork, not for authenticity. Where was the third one? Over here. Alright. So there's 3 of the diaries. I think maybe I'll take this map with me too, if I can, yeah. We can examine it along the way and check those notes that, Balthazar left. And then if we come over here and look around... It doesn't seem to be much to see here. Nor over here. Just the one skeleton, it looks like. Nothing, okay. We do have the button. And there's some marble plates. Okay, so we got traps ahead. Let's have our boy here do some work. Throw some guidance on him.
There's more to this place. I'm sure of it. Lady Shah's presence is near.
Okay.
Let's try this way.
Don't touch me.
Oh
dear.
We got a trap here.
Someone's left a trap out for us.
There we go. There's the first disarm. Get the marble plate. We'll get the vent. Okay, so there's a big chunk of traps right there. We do have a mural of the Moonrise Towers with a button beneath it. Okay. Let's advance slowly and see what else we can disarm here. There's a marble plate. Let's disarm that.
Be careful. There are traps about.
$33. That must have been a really good roll. A 19, I would guess.
Traps.
He found another vent. Good for him.
Consider it.
What is happening there? Not sure. He lost guidance there.
A trap.
Still notice the trap.
Someone doesn't like visitors.
That's okay. There's maybe another gargoyle head around here somewhere. Yep.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Someone's left a trap out for us.
Okay, your patter's getting a little bit repetitive. Okay, I think I understand. These are the things we need to do in the right order. These buttons here. So far I can see 2, but there should be more. Let's go over to the
Traps.
gargoyle head. Okay.
Consider it.
That is a lot of traps. And he's rolling pretty well. I hope that continues.
A
Okay,
trap.
there's another one.
Someone doesn't like visitors. Traps.
Gargoyle head.
Consider it.
Man, what is this, like 30 traps? Well, no, there was probably 9 on the one side, another, so like almost 20 traps. I can go back and count, I guess, but I don't really need to.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
Okay, there's the plate and the vent. Here we have grief. Okay.
Traps. How considerate.
So we can see 3 buttons. We have a button under grief, which was first. It looks like that's not a button. Then we have general. And then we have Moonrise Tower. So I think that's the order. It goes grief, general, Moonrise Tower, right? Because this is where he's ended up. He became a general after the grief. That's when he turned to Shar. Let's check down here as well for any additional traps. We do have a plaque.
Sosun Elg Oloth.
I guess Astarion doesn't speak.
Sarcophagus. Before Ketheric brought her back.
Isabel. Do I know that name? Is that his daughter? I guess. All right. Well, we've cleared all the traps.
Right? What now?
Let's do what we came here to do and make our way to, I guess, the gauntlet of Shar. So we'll hit grief first.
Be cursed.
Then we hit general. And then finally we hit Moonrise Towers. Is that not right? Is that not the right order? I mean, grief would have to come first, I think, wouldn't it? Did a door open? Did a passageway open up?
Susun Elg Olov.
Was, I guess... I thought he became a general before he went to Moonrise, because Moonrise is where he is now, so wouldn't that be last? But, I mean, grief has to come first. There's only 3 buttons, so... We'll hit grief. And then Moonrise, maybe? I guess that's right. And then general? Perhaps there's another mural and a button somewhere back before that I've missed.
These boots have seen everything.
I mean, there's only the 3 murals that I can see in here, but maybe I missed one somewhere. There were 3 diaries, right? And then if we look at, there was a message over here, I think. Do I see a mural or a button anywhere? I do not. But there was this stained book. General Thorm's orders were clear. In order to find what lies beyond this mausoleum, one must walk in his own footsteps deed by deed. From splendor to tragedy to infamy. Okay. Oh, now I understand. Okay, so Moonrise Towers, now where he is now, represents to us like a dark place. But before, when he was a Selûnite, when he was devoted to Selûnite, before the Thorm family became corrupted, it was their seat of power. It was a place of glory. So splendor first, then tragedy, then infamy. Oh, and there's some darkness over here. I guess because we failed? Okay, there we go. And what the hell is in here? A traversal gem. Okay. Neat. What do we have here? Lots of dead bodies, some skeletons and whatnot. Nothing of value.
Disc must be the way forward.
Where will it bring us, though?
Something over there.
Found a dirt mound. Okay. A small reward, I gather. An arrow of fire and some gold. All right. Well, we're definitely doing this. Let's see where it takes us. Oh, these are cool. Look at these. Look at these statues of Shar. All right, let's find out. I guess it's an elevator. We've arrived at the Gauntlet of Shar. Very interesting. Was not aware this existed, but since we found it, clearly we're going to have to walk the gauntlet and survive. And at the end of it, I guess we'll find Ketheric Thorm's secret, his Horcrux, if you will, whatever that might be. We're going to have to wait to find out what it is, though, because we're running up at the time limit here for this episode. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll begin running the Gauntlet of Shar, see if we can make it through to the end and discover what there lies. Until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. So glad to have you guys as part of my community. This game just keeps getting better and better. I know this is a super long playthrough, and I really appreciate those of you who are sticking with me, watching the whole thing. It's really incredible to me that you find my inane blatherings that interesting, but thanks for coming along this journey. We'll see you next time. Take care.